Are you concerned about your prostate health? As men grow older, maintaining a healthy prostate becomes very important. This small gland plays a crucial role in reproductive health and can largely impact quality of life when problems arise. Prostate issues tend to become more common with age, and what you eat can either help keep this important gland functioning well or potentially contribute to problems. Understanding which foods might be harmful to prostate health is essential knowledge for maintaining overall well-being and preventing discomfort or serious health conditions. The prostate gland surrounds the urethra and produces fluid that nourishes and protects sperm. When the prostate becomes inflamed, enlarged, or develops cancer, it can cause a range of uncomfortable symptoms that affect daily life, from frequent urination to sexual difficulties. Diet is one of the most modifiable risk factors for prostate health, with certain foods potentially triggering inflammation, hormone imbalances, or cellular damage that may lead to prostate problems. By being mindful about what you eat, you can take a proactive approach to protecting this vital gland. Processed meats top the list of foods to avoid for prostate health. Items like bacon, hot dogs, sausages, deli meats, and pepperoni contain preservatives called nitrates and nitrites that can form potentially harmful compounds in the body. These meats are also typically high in unhealthy saturated fats that can promote inflammation throughout the body, including the prostate. Studies have found associations between regular consumption of processed meats and increased risk of prostate cancer and other prostate conditions. Instead of processed meats, consider leaner protein options like fresh poultry, fish, or plant-based proteins such as beans and lentils. Dairy products, particularly full-fat varieties, present another concern for prostate health. Whole milk, cheese, butter, and ice cream contain high levels of saturated fat and may influence hormonal balances in ways that could affect the prostate. Some research suggests that men who consume large amounts of dairy may have a higher risk of prostate cancer, possibly due to the effects of calcium and dairy proteins on vitamin D metabolism and hormone regulation. If you enjoy dairy, consider limiting your intake or choosing lower fat options, and explore plant-based alternatives like almond milk or cashew cheese. Fried foods deserve special attention when it comes to prostate health. French fries, fried chicken, donuts, and other foods cooked at high temperatures in oil can contain compounds called advanced glycation end products and heterocyclic amines that may damage cells and promote inflammation. The trans fats and oxidized oils in these foods can contribute to oxidative stress in the body, potentially harming prostate tissue over time. Instead of frying, try healthier cooking methods like baking, steaming, or grilling to prepare your favorite foods without the added risk to your prostate. Alcohol is another item that can harm prostate health, especially when consumed regularly or in large amounts. Even moderate drinking can irritate the prostate and bladder, potentially worsening symptoms like frequent urination or nighttime bathroom trips. Alcohol acts as a diuretic, increasing urine production while also inflaming tissues in the urinary tract. Beer and other alcoholic drinks can cause the prostate to swell, making urination more difficult and uncomfortable. Heavy drinking over time may also interfere with hormone levels, potentially contributing to prostate growth or increasing cancer risk. If you enjoy alcoholic beverages, consider limiting intake to no more than 1 drink per day, or better yet, choose alcohol-free alternatives like seltzer water with lime or non-alcoholic beers. Have you ever wondered how your sweet tooth might affect your prostate? Sugar and sugary foods represent a significant concern for prostate health that many men overlook. Sodas, candy, pastries, and other sweets can lead to weight gain, insulin resistance, and increased inflammation throughout the body. Excess body fat, especially around the midsection, produces inflammatory compounds and can disrupt normal hormone balance, potentially stimulating prostate growth and raising cancer risk. High blood sugar and insulin levels may also directly promote prostate cell growth and division. To protect your prostate, try replacing sugary snacks with fresh fruits, which contain natural sugars along with fiber and beneficial plant compounds that support prostate health. Red meat, when eaten frequently, may pose risks to prostate health. Steaks, hamburgers, and other red meats are high in saturated fats that can promote inflammation. The way red meat is typically cooked, grilled or charred at high temperatures, creates compounds that may damage cells and DNA. Red meat also contains heme-iron, which can sometimes act as a pro-oxidant in the body, potentially damaging cells, including those in the prostate. Studies have linked high consumption of red meat with increased risk of aggressive prostate cancer. This doesn't mean eliminating red meat completely, but limiting portions to 3 to 4 ounces and eating it no more than once or twice a week may help reduce risk. When you do eat red meat, choose leaner cuts and avoid charring or burning it. Highly processed foods with artificial ingredients deserve mention when discussing prostate health. Fast food meals, packaged snacks, and convenience foods often contain preservatives, artificial colors, and flavor enhancers that provide no nutritional value and may stress the body's detoxification systems. These foods are typically high in unhealthy fats, sodium, and refined carbohydrates while being low in protective nutrients that the prostate needs. The combination of inflammatory ingredients and lack of protective compounds makes these foods particularly problematic. Instead, focus on whole, minimally processed foods that retain their natural nutrients and don't contain potentially harmful additives. Salt and sodium-heavy foods can affect overall urinary health, indirectly impacting the prostate. High sodium intake leads to water retention, which can increase pressure on the bladder and potentially worsen urinary symptoms related to an enlarged prostate. Canned soups, frozen dinners, and salty snacks often contain surprisingly high amounts of sodium that add up quickly. Reading food labels can help identify hidden sodium sources, and using herbs and spices instead of salt can make meals flavorful without the potential prostate irritation. Now let's talk about what makes these foods so bad for the prostate. When the body digests processed meats, the nitrates and nitrites they contain can form compounds called nitrosamines, which may damage cells and DNA. This damage can lead to changes that might turn normal prostate cells into cancerous ones over time. The high salt content in these foods also causes water retention and may worsen urinary symptoms in men with prostate problems. The fats in processed meats are mainly saturated in trans fats, which trigger inflammation signals throughout the body. This ongoing inflammation can make an already enlarged or irritated prostate even more uncomfortable. Dairy products contain a protein called casein that some research suggests might promote cancer cell growth when consumed in large amounts. The calcium in dairy may also lower levels of vitamin D in its active form, which is important for prostate health. Full-fat dairy contains hormones, either naturally occurring or from farming practices, that might upset the delicate hormone balance that keeps the prostate healthy. This doesn't mean all dairy is bad, but too much might tip the scales in an unhealthy direction for the prostate gland. What happens inside your body when you eat fried foods regularly? When oils are heated to high temperatures for frying, they create substances called advanced glycation end products that stick to proteins in the body and trigger inflammation. These molecules build up over time and may damage the prostate tissue. Fried foods are also typically high in calories without offering much nutrition, leading to weight gain that puts extra stress on the body, including the prostate. The trans fats in many fried foods are among the worst types of fat for overall health and may increase the risk of prostate inflammation and growth. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more eye-opening content. The harm from alcohol comes from several directions. First, alcohol is broken down into acetaldehyde in the body, a substance that can damage cells and DNA. Second, regular drinking can lower testosterone while raising estrogen levels, creating a hormone imbalance that might stimulate prostate growth. Third, alcohol is a diuretic that increases urine production while also irritating the bladder, making symptoms like frequent urination worse. And fourth, heavy drinking often leads to poor food choices and nutritional gaps that leave the prostate without the protective nutrients it needs. Sugar affects the prostate mainly through its effects on insulin and inflammation. When you eat sugary foods, blood sugar rises quickly, triggering a spike in insulin. High insulin levels may directly stimulate prostate cell growth and division. Sugar also feeds harmful gut bacteria that release inflammatory compounds that can travel throughout the body. These inflammatory signals may worsen existing prostate inflammation or trigger new inflammatory responses. The weight gain that often comes with high sugar intake puts additional pressure on the prostate physically and creates more inflammation. The problems with red meat start with its high saturated fat content, which tends to increase inflammation. When red meat is cooked at high temperatures, especially when charred or blackened, it forms compounds that may damage DNA and potentially lead to cancer over time. Red meat also contains a molecule that humans don't naturally produce, which may trigger an immune response and additional inflammation when consumed regularly. Many myths and misunderstandings exist about diet and prostate health. One common myth is that all prostate problems are a normal part of aging that can't be prevented. While age is a risk factor, diet and lifestyle choices make a big difference in how likely a man is to develop prostate issues. Another myth is that supplements alone can protect the prostate even with a poor diet. The truth is that no supplement can undo the damage from regularly eating foods that harm prostate health. A third common misunderstanding is that soy foods are bad for men's health. In fact, many studies suggest that moderate amounts of natural soy foods may actually help protect the prostate due to plant compounds called isoflavones. Some men believe that drinking a lot of water worsens prostate symptoms by causing more bathroom trips. This isn't true. Proper hydration is actually helpful for prostate health as it dilutes urine and reduces irritation. Staying well hydrated helps flush bacteria and inflammatory compounds from the urinary tract. Another myth is that all fats are bad for the prostate. In reality, healthy fats like those found in olive oil, avocados, and fatty fish may help reduce inflammation and support prostate health. Have you heard that spicy foods cause prostate problems? This is another misconception. While very spicy foods might temporarily irritate the bladder in some men, there's no evidence that they harm the prostate. In fact, some spices like turmeric contain compounds that may help fight inflammation. Similarly, the myth that coffee is always bad for the prostate isn't supported by science. Moderate coffee consumption may actually have some protective effects, though men with urinary symptoms might want to limit caffeine as it can act as a mild diuretic. There are times when extra caution around diet and prostate health is needed. Men who already have prostate problems should be especially careful about the foods they eat. For those with prostate inflammation, prostatitis, foods that irritate the bladder like alcohol, caffeine, and very spicy items may worsen symptoms and should be limited. Men taking medication for an enlarged prostate should check with their doctor about possible food interactions, as some medicines work better or worse depending on what's eaten alongside them. Men with a family history of prostate cancer should be extra careful about their diet choices. Having a father or brother with prostate cancer roughly doubles a man's risk, making it even more important to avoid foods that might further increase that risk. In these cases, not only should harmful foods be limited, but protective foods like tomatoes, broccoli, and other vegetables should be emphasized to help counter the genetic risk factors. After prostate surgery or other treatments, diet becomes especially important for recovery and preventing future problems. During recovery, extra protein helps tissue healing, while foods high in vitamin C and zinc support immune function. Men who have had prostate cancer treatment should be particularly careful to avoid processed meats and other foods linked to cancer recurrence. Working with a healthcare provider to develop a personalized eating plan based on specific health needs can be very helpful during recovery. For men taking hormone therapy for prostate cancer, diet can help manage side effects like weight gain and muscle loss. Limiting sugar and refined carbs while focusing on lean proteins can help maintain muscle mass. Foods rich in calcium and vitamin D become more important to protect bone health, which can be affected by some prostate cancer treatments. The most important thing to remember is that changing your diet isn't about perfection. It's about making better choices most of the time. Small changes add up to big benefits for prostate health. Start by cutting back on one problematic food group at a time rather than trying to change everything at once. For example, you might begin by having red meat once a week instead of 3 times, or replacing processed lunch meats with freshly cooked chicken or turkey. Making gradual changes is more likely to stick as a long-term habit. What you add to your diet is just as important as what you remove. Tomatoes contain a powerful antioxidant called lycopene that may help protect prostate cells. Eating them cooked with a little healthy fat, like in tomato sauce with olive oil, makes the lycopene easier for your body to use. Green vegetables like broccoli, kale, and spinach contain compounds that help the body get rid of harmful substances and may slow prostate cancer growth. Eating a few servings of these vegetables each day provides ongoing protection for the prostate. Healthy fats from foods like fish, nuts, seeds, and olive oil help fight inflammation throughout the body, including in the prostate. Fish oil contains omega-3 fatty acids that may help stop prostate cancer cells from growing. Nuts and seeds provide zinc, a mineral important for prostate health and function. Green tea contains powerful plant compounds that may help prevent prostate cancer and slow its progression in men who have it. Drinking a few cups of green tea daily might provide significant benefits over time. Regular checkups with a healthcare provider remain essential even with a healthy diet. Some prostate conditions don't cause symptoms until they're fairly advanced, so screening tests are important for early detection. Diet should be seen as one part of a complete approach to prostate health that also includes regular exercise, stress management, and proper medical care. Remember that individual responses to foods can vary. Pay attention to how your body reacts to what you eat. If certain foods seem to worsen urinary symptoms or cause discomfort, consider keeping a food diary to track these patterns. This information can help you and your healthcare provider create a personalized eating plan that works best for your specific situation. Making diet changes to protect your prostate doesn't mean giving up all your favorite foods forever. The goal is balance and moderation. Occasional treats are fine within an overall healthy eating pattern. Focus on making healthy choices most of the time, and your prostate will thank you with fewer problems and better function as you age. Taking care of your prostate through better food choices is one of the best investments you can make in your long-term health and quality of life. Now, if this video helped you understand your health better, subscribe now for more insights every day. Thank you for watching.